Hello, thank you for reading Toy the Gods. I wanted to give you a little information, background about the novel. I actually started writing a lot of sci-fi when I was younger, so I was watching this documentary about the Amazon and how it's so rarely traveled for exploration because it is so shallow in places and it makes it difficult to travel and to explore. So I was started thinking, well, what if there was a way to travel the Amazon comfortably? Who would go on that trip, and what would that look like, and what kind of trouble might they get into? So that's what inspired the idea from the beginning. And it was originally written during NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, and where you're encouraged in November to write 50,000 words. So write a lot of words in a month, and they're kind of ugly words. So it took about 4 years of editing to make this into a better novel. I got a great writing review group who I have loved their input. Right, there's nothing better than getting input from other readers before you go publishing your novel. Um, but yeah, that was the idea behind the novel. And Leslie sort of developed after, much farther after the original storyline. It was in my second rewrite that I started getting to know this main female character and what she was like. And the jungle itself is a character. And I couldn't finish this book while I've written it. I had written it before I had ever visited the Amazon, but at one point in my life, I had a little bit of money, not a lot, but I went ahead and sold all my things, got rid of my apartment, moved my stuff into my dad's garage. Whatever, I had like 5 boxes left after I got rid of everything. I had paid off all my debts. And so I used what money I had, and me and my best friend went to South and Central America, and that included a trip to the Amazon in Peru, and that was amazing. Like, even if you're not going to research a story, I totally suggest that you go check out Peru and the Amazon. We went to an eco resort, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's like you land in an airplane or airport, a small airport. Someone picks you up. You take like an hour ride to get to their headquarters, and then you have to unpack everything you're not going to take with you. You can't take soap or anything you would normally use because they have soaps there that are eco-friendly. And you drop off everything else you're not going to use for the week, and then you drive another hour to the river's edge, and then you're in the river for almost another hour to get where you're going. So you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's amazing. We saw a snake on our first day. Yeah, I think it rained every day if I remember correctly, but most of the time during the morning it was beautiful. And we really were in a three-walled room. Very beautiful, beautiful room, but it opened up into the jungle, so you were facing the jungle. And just all that sound was amazing. There was never a moment where the jungle was quiet. And my favorite moment was, so the lobby was basically an open area space with these big, thick wooden beams right on the edges, and then beams at the top, and with hammocks. So I was laying in a hammock. I think I was reading a book, probably, and there was no one else. I think there was one other person maybe sleeping in a hammock, and everyone else was in their rooms getting ready for the next excursion for the day. And I see this movement out of the corner of my eye, and I look up, and there are these tiny, I mean, my gosh, it couldn't be much bigger than that, tiny black monkeys just coming down from the tops of the trees, which were way, way up there, right? Coming down into the lobby, the top of the lobby, and then crawling across the beams in the ceiling of this, open frame building. and then just they were so quiet. They didn't even make a noise. And I'd say there was about 30 of them that just moved through and then went back up to the top of the trees and back into the forest. And it was like so amazing and beautiful. So if you ever go, please check out one of the eco resorts. And I think it was Posadas Amazonas. I think that's which one we were. But that's it. Thank you for reading. The next story I'm working on is book 2 of this series, which follows AJ Bluehorse. And I can't tell you anything else, just in case you haven't read the book yet. But the next book follows AJ as she solves a mystery. And then we go back again because, well, book 3, Leslie and AJ get back together because something's happened in the jungle and they have to go back in. So that's all I'll share right now. But there are more books coming, and thank you for reading.